Quick Read with Waleed, episode 37, Cinderella, read differently. Cinderella is a good girl. She has two ugly sisters. Cinderella works and works in the house. Her ugly sisters will not help. They are going to the ball. The prince will be at the ball. Cinderella can't go. She has no ball dress or shoes. She has to work in the house. Poor Cinderella. Cinderella helps her ugly sisters to dress for the ball. The prince will like us, they say. He will want to dance with us. Can you imagine that? The sisters go off to the ball and Cinderella works on. She's not happy. She wants to go to the ball and see the prince. I guess the cat wants that too. Cinderella looks up. There is her fairy godmother. She says, "Do you want to go to the ball, Cinderella?" "I can't go to the ball in this dress," says Cinderella. "Let me help you," says the fairy godmother. "Go and get me a pumpkin. Come on. Move it." Cinderella gets a big pumpkin and gives it to her fairy godmother. The fairy godmother changes the pumpkin into a golden coach. Whoa, impressive, yeah. Then the fairy godmother says, "Go and get me some mice, please." Cinderella gets some little mice. "Here you are," she says. The fairy godmother changes all the mice into horses. Wonderful. Isn't that just beautiful? "I want a big rat, please," says the fairy godmother. Cinderella gets her a rat. The fairy godmother changes the rat into a coachman dressed in red. Whoa, majestic. "Go and get me two lizards, please," says the fairy godmother. Cinderella gets two lizards. The fairy godmother changes the lizards into two footmen. Looking nice. Then the fairy godmother says, "Now I will make you a dress for the ball, Cinderella." She changes Cinderella's dress into a ball dress. Lovely, yeah. Very lovely and classy. "Here are some shoes for you, Cinderella," says the fairy godmother. "You can go to the ball and see the prince, but there is one thing I want you to do. Please be home by midnight." She says that to her with a pointed finger. "Thank you, fairy godmother," says Cinderella. "I will be home by midnight." Cinderella gets into the golden coach to go to the ball. Off she goes. Cinderella sees the prince at the ball. "Please dance with me," he says. They dance and dance. "It's almost midnight. I have to go home," says Cinderella. She runs away. Her shoe comes off. She runs on. The coach and the horses are not there. The coachman and the footmen are not there. Cinderella has her working dress on. She runs home. The prince looks for Cinderella. He can see the pumpkin, the mice, the rat, and the lizards, but he can't see Cinderella. He's obviously into Cinderella, don't you think? Then the prince sees Cinderella's shoe. "I will keep the shoe," he says, "and I will look for her." The prince looks and looks for Cinderella. All the girls try on the shoe, but it will not fit. Boy, is he looking down at the shoe. Then the prince comes to Cinderella's house. Cinderella's sisters try on the shoe. It will not fit. Cinderella says, "Please let me try on the shoe." prince. No, you can't, say her sisters. Yes, you can, says the prince. Cinderella puts on the shoe, and it fits. The prince says, please, will you marry me? Cinderella says, yes, I will marry you. Such a lovely end. The fairy godmother comes. She changes Cinderella's dress into a golden ball dress. Thank you, fairy godmother, says Cinderella. Cinderella and the prince get on the prince's horse, and away they go. They are happy. So is the rat, the mice, the lizards, and everyone else. Hope you enjoyed it. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Cheers.